Welcome back, everybody. Welcome. Happy Friday, TGIF. I got a lot of bugs that bit me on my arm. Do you got bug bites?
From
the ocean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot.
From that last day?
On the last day,
Afternoon?
Yeah, because we were packing up.
Yeah,
Packing
man.
up and they just started
Like
showing up.
those small sand fleas?
Yeah.
So
the Nana.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what we call it.
Dude. Like my body is just like
We were
welt.
getting there from the first night.
You were?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was in a tent with the boys.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you guys for joining On the Mat Live. Today's On the Mat is brought to you guys and sponsored by Pacific Energy. Pacific Energy is running a promotion right now called 3 times the Charm, in which they are giving away 3 brand new Nissan Navara Pro 4Xs. And so all you got to do to enter the competition is go to any Pacific Energy station or any participating Pacific Energy station around and across Fiji and spend $30 or more on fuel or any Shell or Pacific lubricants. And that'll get you in the draw. You're going to fill out an entry form and attach your receipt to it. You're going to drop in the box. And then they're going to be doing 3 draws because they're giving away 3 of these vehicles, remember. So I think the first draw is going to be on September 14th. Second draw is November 16th. And then the third draw is January 18th. So if you guys want to enter, go to Pacific Energy and fill up your fuel. Like all you got to do is put in $30. So, I mean, I need $30 of fuel probably like every couple days. So, yeah, whenever you guys pass by Pacific Energy from now until, you know, then I guess it'd be January. The competition goes until January 5th. And so from now until January 5th, you might as well fill up at Pacific Energy because you might get a chance to win a brand new truck. I actually took the truck for a drive. We had it for a day to do some of the promo shoots that you guys saw kind of a little bit of before this as an intro to the live. And man, such a nice vehicle. Beautiful. So quiet inside.
Smooth,
yeah, smooth and like way more power than the trusty old D-Max. But hey, D-Max never let me down either, so I don't know what to say. But yeah, I mean the Pro 4X is on a different level when it comes to like looks and its performance, and it's got like the dual zone climate control, and a big deal for Stephanie and the kids is the AC thing in the back. So it comes out of the center console.
Yeah.
They really like the AC in the back seat. So I don't know, whatever that means to you guys. It's got AC in the back seat. You got a truck and you get the AC
in the BC.
in the BS.
BS.
AC in the BS. Nice. That's right. So go fill up at Pacific Energy. If you guys got family in Fiji, tell them to do the same thing. All right. So we just got back from
nice camp.
Yeah, 3-night camp. We were supposed to spend last night as well. We had finished our job. We were planning on finishing yesterday, and then we were just gonna pack up camp this morning and head home. But Fiji was playing, and so we were like, we've already missed 2 of the games. Do we want to miss another one? And like at night, the wind dies down. And it's always calm, so we're like, screw it. Corey has the free version of Navionics app on his phone, and so luckily he could just watch like the reefs and everything on the Navionics app, and we just like headed home. Lucy in the boat.
Wow.
Huh? It was a long one.
Yeah, it was a long boat ride.
We were in the fiber. It was a 19-foot fiberglass boat with a 40 horsepower Yamaha, and it was like 3.5 hours. What time we left at 6?
Hours.
We got there at 10.
Yeah.
It was 4 hours. Yeah. What's crazy is like the guy that the gentleman's boat that we hired. Well, Alan, a lot of you guys know him from the videos. He's like quite familiar with the coastline and distances and stuff like that. And so when we left, we all guessed, like we all play this game. Like it's kind of like the game is similar to Price is Right, where like if you guess, you can each guess the time, but if your arrival time, we play this with the kids, like even on the way back to the village. If the time that you get there, so like if I guess like 9:40 and Tui guesses 9:42, but we get there, or I guess 9:40, Tui guesses 10, and we get there at 9:41, I've already lost, because as soon as the time is like gone over, like you lose. But we all guessed. I was like 8:30 or 8:45, and which was way off. But Alan is like 10 o'clock, and then we showed up at 10:02 is when we arrived. So I was like, what? I'm like, dude, that's crazy. I felt like he was maybe aiming it for that, just like slowing down.
I bet.
But it was it didn't really feel like 4 hours, to be honest with you. Sorry guys, I'm scratching a lot. Like these things are really really revving up. And
yeah, what do you call it? Sandflies?
Yeah. I used some cream on there today that is not meant for
What kind of cream?
arms. It's just not a cream that's meant for men's arms.
Okay.
And then I read the label.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And so.
Right.
Your mic could do the rest.
Okay.
And by the way, my opinions don't reflect the opinions of the sponsors of this live, and that's always the case. So
I got a few questions.
Yeah, okay.
From RS. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right. I guess how many people live in this village?
In our village?
Yeah.
Man, it really depends, because like people come and stay and then they go, but permanent dwellers, I'd say like 30-ish, including kids. 30, 40?
Yeah.
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 Max.
Not really big, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty small. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 houses.
6 houses.
Yeah. More houses, but like 6 occupied houses. So, very small village, but that's the way I like it.
No question. Can you speak Fijian?
Not really. Broken Fijian.
Okay.
I can get by. If I actually force myself, I can get through conversation. Yeah, like when I speak with my grandma, I find myself a lot more
Easier.
at ease, and then she corrects me and she doesn't make fun of me. And
Right. I mean, you're comfortable in speaking with her.
Yeah, with her.
Sorry for me yawning.
yeah, and so yeah, that's probably one of the regrets, probably that even my dad has, is maybe not teaching me and my sister the language, but I don't think he should. I don't think it's something that anybody who goes overseas really does. I mean, maybe there might be a couple, but I don't know anybody who raised kids overseas that taught them how to speak Fijian language.
I know there's some.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That grow up overseas.
They grow up overseas.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm saying like one of the spouses is Kaipulangi and one is Fijian. Because then like 2 Fijian parents, yeah,
Yeah.
I can see. for sure. But my mom was Canadian, so my dad didn't speak Fijian to her. So it just never spoken in our household. My dad got really ambitious one year when I was in like primary school, and he got like an easel and like the big like flip paper so that he could like write, and like chairs, and he like set up a classroom to do like language study with us. We were like, all right, sweet. And I think we did like 1 class or 2 classes, and that was it.
Wow.
Yeah, I think he wrote down the colors in like the colors in Fijian and the names of the colors, and we did like 1 class. I think that was it. Yeah. So that's my extent of. But I can understand a lot more than I can speak. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. I get that. Like, even like we're having like conversations in Itoke language.
Yeah.
Like you can understand.
Yeah, I'd
It's funny
say.
because my view was like when you walked out to the beach and then he asked me, I'm like, oh, he understands. It's like, yeah. Like, because we were talking in Itoke and we laughed and he was laughing too. He get the joke. It's like,
Oh.
yeah, he does. He understands it. Like,
Oh, okay.
and I told him I just don't hardly see you speak Fijian. Itoke
Yeah.
with the others, but yeah, just because you're just mindful of what you're saying, like what you're gonna say is a bit
Yeah,
wrong.
exactly. Yeah.
So that's why you find it comfortable talking with naive
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
people out there. Yeah, I get it.
And you're forced, like, you don't have a choice.
Mm.
I think, like, when you have an option, it gives you. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like, when I have an option to not speak it, that is like human nature. Is to like, well, I'm gonna do the easiest thing, path of least resistance, and then that's what I end up doing, unfortunately. But I mean, like, the only reason my kids are speaking Fijian is because we live here. So yeah, I mean, it's just natural. And like, there's things that some people are really gifted in language. I mean, I think if I put my mind, or I know if I put my mind to it, I could get it done. But there's other things that I want to focus on more than it. And I feel like I can get by comfortably without that being like one of my skill sets. Well, do I think I could do better? Do you think I could be more effective? Yeah, if I could speak the language. But then, like, if I did that, then I have to give up something else. And so, yeah. I'm not willing to give up chain smoking, so I guess I just can't do it. Just kidding.
What I've noticed too with the kids,
Yeah.
like they speak fluent in like Sakea.
Yeah.
Like speaking in their own dialects.
Yeah.
Not the Bowen dialect, but
No, they don't even know.
they don't even know Bowen. But like,
Yeah, they know a little bit, but not much. Yeah. Yeah.
They speak it so fluent here in the village.
I know. Yeah.
When they are with like people who they don't know, they're just uncomfortable to speak it.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah,
Eh?
'cause I've met people like asking them things in Fijian. They're like, hey, say something, just say something in Fijian.
It's so true, actually.
And
then they get like all tense.
yeah,
And
they
don't-
get all
yeah.
tense. They don't know what to say and just respond in English.
Yeah.
They might put out a few words, but they like not as fluent as they,
Yeah.
are they doing it here. So
Yeah, it's funny because like everybody kind of watches us from like, the stuff on social media, and then sometimes people will see the kids and they'll like want them to like perform for them, like, and they're just kids, right? And so they're like speaking Fijian, what can you say? Or like talk to them in Fijian, and it's like, like the best interactions for them are the ones where people are just like, are you guys having fun? Like, have a normal conversation with them. Like, not like they're... Because they don't know... Like, when we make posts, like, we all agree on what we're posting.
Yeah.
But they don't remember it. Like, it's just like a once tiny little memory for them. They're like, how are the watermelons? They're like, watermelons? Well, I ate watermelon yesterday. Right? But there's like the watermelon video that got tons
3,
of
4,
views,
5
right?
lines ago.
Yeah, exactly. And they're like, what watermelons, Or like, speaking Fijian. It's like walking up to like a comedian and be like, tell me a joke. And be like, knock, knock. Like, it'd be weird, right? To be like, see a comedian on the street, like, dude, okay, you're funny, man. Tell me a joke.
Yeah.
It'd just be awkward, right? And that's what it's like with the kids. It's like, hey, how about this? Hey, can you see something Fijian?
Yeah.
They're like, man, this is weird. Yeah.
I remember a friend of mine asked me once, like, "Hey, you should like post more of like them speaking in Fijian."
Oh,
Yeah, it's like because that'll get traction. I'm like, yeah, you're right. It does get traction.
it does. Oh,
But
yeah.
what you don't know is it's even hard for me to film them like
Oh,
speaking
speaking
it.
if, yeah.
Because I try to sneak up on them. I
Yeah,
try
yeah.
to
That's the
sneak
only
up
time you
on
get
them.
it.
Yeah, sneak up on them when they're speaking in Fijian. Because if they once they see the camera up, they just
Yeah.
totally flip. They
Yeah,
all start speaking in English and they
100%.
stop speaking.
100%.
So that was that's always so funny to me. But then I do get it, like, because even like with they understand, right, when the camera's up.
Yeah.
Oh, they have to be mindful now.
Yeah,
of what
something's
they
going
say,
on. Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah,
Because
exactly.
people's gonna watch this.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And so, like, we don't try to pressure them. And, like, trust me, we can get way more views if we just, like, showcase them all the time. And, like, made them perform. And, like, they would agree to it even. Like, if we're like, hey, we got to do this, you know, we got to make a video, we got to do this. But, like, this just, like, not, I'm just not really interested in that kind
Yeah.
of influence.
No, and
it's-
like
yeah.
half of the things that we do with them is like it's just all natural. It's like, we don't put the words in their mouth for them to say it.
No, no, no.
It's like, and
Like when we go up to the farm or something like
Yeah.
that, that's because we actually need to go to the farm.
Yeah.
It's not because like we're like, oh, we need to make a video.
right.
Once in a while, we're like, we need to make a video. Let's do something fun, like float down the river
Yeah.
or something like that. Like, yeah. But 98% of the stuff we do is just documenting
Right.
our life. Yeah.
My experience from the camp, though.
Oh yeah. The secret location camp.
Yeah, so it's fun, man. I get it. I get it. Why y'all have camping trips back in Canada? You know.
Yeah, yeah. But that's
Oh,
not
yeah.
even. That's not even like. It's better than that though.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
because that's like we don't have all the gear.
Yeah. Well,
Like
yeah.
we're just like, you know, messy. Like things are stuffed in bins. Like it's very disorganized.
Right.
But yeah, you kind of get it.
Yeah, and you know, without the reception too.
Yes,
yeah,
that's the biggest one.
that was the biggest one for me because
Disconnect.
yeah, it disconnects me. From
Yeah.
taking my phone and checking on.
Because
the
there's nothing to
updates.
check.
Right.
Yeah.
And just live in the moment, have a laugh, walk with the kids to the beach, get some firewood.
I know. Because
Sit
you're like,
back
I'm just
there.
sitting here.
Yeah.
It was like the ride home on the boat last night, right? As soon as we
Yeah.
all got service, we were all
Yes.
like on our
Like,
phones.
ding, ding, ding. Everyone just on their phone.
But for
again.
like 2.5 hours, we were all just like, just like staring into the darkness, like so long.
yeah, it was.
I was like, oh, I can't remember the last time I was with my thoughts for this long, like not listening to it. Like usually I usually have a podcast going. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and so it's very rare where I'm awake and by myself, just quiet. And so like I'll usually be listening to something, so it's very, yeah. I was like, wow. Because I didn't have headphones. I was like, I don't need
Yeah.
my headphones. And then like the whole trip, I'm
Oh,
like,
that was you. That's what you were doing. Because I saw you like you were holding your phone up to
Oh,
your
at the
ear.
end?
You're trying to listen into something.
Yeah, because like on an iPhone at least, like the speaker comes through the top.
Yeah.
So if you play music or like a podcast, you just put your phone up to your ear like this. You
I thought
hear
you
it.
was on the phone call.
Oh, really? No. I was just listening to a podcast. Yeah. But yeah, it was fun. I was telling Croy. Yeah, when was I telling him? Like when we go camping with our friends in Canada, like
Yeah.
sometimes we go to places where you can pick up like some bars, like some
Yeah.
signal. But like our deal is like
No phone.
no phones. Otherwise, like it just like kills the vibe
Right.
totally. Like if like even if
Just
one
go back
person
home.
is on a phone,
Yeah.
it's just like what? Like you can do that every day of your life. You want to do that right now? Like even actually one thing I noticed that was like interesting to me because I'm like I look for opportunities now to like not be connected because like the phone kind of never stops. And so like as we were going down the river, I like turned my and this is not to say like I'm better than you guys or whatever, but I just turned my phone to airplane mode and like put it in my bag. I was like, yeah, all right. And then like we were going down the river and there was like some beautiful scenery and I was like looking at like you guys and like everybody was like, this is our last chance. Like we're gonna be. I think you were actually making a post
Yeah,
as
I
we were
was.
leaving.
I
Yeah,
was.
yeah. So it's like it's all good.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh wow, this is like life is like. We're all like looking at our phones and things are just passing us by.
Yeah.
And like, when are we gonna go down this river again?
Yeah.
Like, maybe not for decades, or maybe not ever again. I don't know. But it's just like, oh, weird how we're like we can do this all day, and then like
Look up and
we
you
have
missed
like a
all the
once in a
beautiful-
decade experience something,
Yeah.
and it's just like
just
it's
pass you
going
by.
by.
Dude, that's a
Deep thought.
yeah, deep thoughts right there.
I was like looking at like, Yeesh, why? That's how we live though.
Yeah.
That's how life is.
Well, for me, it was my first time going down that way.
Okay,
I've
okay.
only reached to where our island, that little island is.
Oh, okay,
and Tavean Ngalo.
Yeah, yeah.
But I've never
yeah.
gone past
Past there.
those two islands.
Going
past,
past.
yeah,
Yeah.
that way. There's a question here for you. From Nicole. Will we see contents from the camping trip?
Not more than what we've probably just posted. Like I think we took some pictures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the reason I actually brought the kids with us was because, like, Stephanie's not here right now, and so we have childcare, but like, I just felt more comfortable bringing them with me on this one. It was a last-minute job that came up. That actually I've been asked not to talk about because
Right.
it's
Business.
business. Yeah, I guess. So that's why we didn't document much of the camping trip because it wasn't like a camping trip for fun.
Yeah.
I was doing some surveying work for a client that is under wraps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
And I was thinking, yes, could have been a good vlog. Eh?
oh dude, that would have been the
Yeah.
best vlog ever. It would have been, but like then I was like, you know what? It's also awesome to just experience it and not video it.
Yeah.
In a way, because I was like, dude, this is 100% something we would video every day, all day of the
Right.
week. Like any other, like it's insane because that would be a money-making piece of content right there. And like how many reels we could have gotten, all the shorts, all the long-form video. And then like, but it was just nice to like actually not film and just get to be, yeah.
yes.
Oh, that's good.
Even for me,
Yeah.
personally, I tried to like remind myself, oh wait, I'm not actually filming the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I'm
right.
just here just to do a part of this job, but not, because
Yeah,
the whole
'cause-
time we'd be out on like trips like this. The whole time I'll be working.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be like, I'm
Filming.
in the trip, but
Yeah.
I'm working.
Yeah,
filming
exactly.
Everything.
Exactly.
This is like the first time for me to like, oh, okay, actually, I'm just gonna do a bit of this and enjoy the rest of the day.
Yeah.
So
It was a weird. It was weird like that.
Yeah.
It was weird like that. I'm not on my phone just for fun, guys. I'm trying to find your guys' questions.
okay, from Nomley. Hello, Nom.
Hit me. Hey,
Speaking
Norm.
of going down the river, Olympics opening ceremonies will be on the river.
Yes, that's right. I heard about that.
7 boats for each country. Fiji's athletes will be in Bilimbili.
No way.
Ah,
Oh, they actually be in boats?
yeah.
Holy smokes.
It would have been sick if they had taken the Wutunyalo.
Whoa. Really? That would have been sick.
Yeah.
I don't know how big the Olympic team is. Would they fit? They must be able to fit on there, huh?
Yeah, I think so. Is this the same, the under...
Dude!
What? Oh yeah, I saw that today.
No
I was gonna put it
way.
there. I forgot.
No
I forgot to
way.
put it there.
Okay.
Yeah, we can talk about it.
All right, okay,
Yeah.
don't let me forget.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That's a big, no way. Yes, see? Come back.
Come back.
Go and come back,
Yeah.
because it's a place to be. Like, I feel like people, okay, so what we just saw was that I'm going on to check your guys' questions on our story, and as I was going in, I saw the Drua posted that, they said, welcome back, Joe. So Joe Tamani was one of our amazing loose forwards, and apparently he's coming back. I think he went to Europe somewhere on a contract because he was just legendary. And then like things just went quiet. I didn't really hear about him after that.
Yeah,
But that happened, I feel like, also with like Vinay Hamboshi. Like he was like a super duper star here. when the first season of the Ndrua. Then he gets, a contract to go and make more money overseas, which, man, all the power to you, right? You got to look after your family and put your loved ones first and your future first. But I don't know where the guy's at anymore. And it's not necessarily that it's all about the limelight, but it's also like, man, what Artie Savea did, we talked about this on the live on Monday evening. There's also like a legacy thing for these guys. I feel like when they play on the Ndrua, like now like the Ndrua is like inspiring the next generation of like Fijian kids. Where I feel like Fiji rugby has kind of dropped off with what they could be doing with their marketing and stuff like that. Like the Ndrua has picked up all that slack, and now people are getting a bit more inspired. Because if we're just at the hands of the FIU, like, I mean, I'm very afraid. But luckily there is a professional sporting team that that has to find its own sponsors, do its own marketing that's in Fiji. And now people actually want to come back and play. Like, he's left, gone and played overseas, and now he's coming back. And there's something to be said for that.
Yeah.
So Joe Tamani he's an amazing player.
Yeah.
So I don't know the thing that's hard about it is like, I don't know who they replace. Like who leads the team now? I don't know. Because he's a starter.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So pretty sick though. What fruit season is in Fiji right now? Coconut. Right now, it's not really fruit season right now. Yeah, not yet. I mean, a few months it will be, but there's nothing really that has a season that's fruiting right now. Like maybe starfruit. I don't know.
Starfruit, yeah, it was.
Yeah, soursop. Some places.
Yeah.
Mangoes are starting to flower.
Mango's red in September.
Yeah. And so, yeah, it's not really fruit season right now. And that's one of the things that people actually are surprised about when they come to Fiji is that, like, it's not just like, busting at the seams with fruit and vegetables. It's because, like, we don't live in a place where, like, you can just get off-season fruits and vegetables all the time. Like in Canada, like, if they run out of, like, Mexican avocados, then they'll get Guatemalan avocados. When they run out of Guatemalan avocados, then they'll go get Ecuadorian avocados. And so it's like, you always have avocados. They just get more expensive, but like it doesn't drop off. But like in Fiji, like when it's not mango season, there's no mangoes. You're not buying a mango in Fiji when it's not mango season, right? And in Canada, you get mangoes all the time.
What about bananas?
Yeah, bananas all the time. Yeah. From Mexico, I think. Chiquita. Yeah, so Fiji is actually not the healthiest place because it's hard to always, and a lot of us don't have refrigerators, and so we can't get things and keep them for a long time. So when you buy fresh vegetables or fruit, you have to eat them that day or the next day, otherwise they wilt or whatever. And so, yeah, if you don't have a farm or a garden, which a lot of people don't, then you're on processed food for sure. Does Fiji Sevens? The last question was from Ratu El Nausu. Okay, this one is from Meriani. Meriani, does Fiji Sevens got what it takes to beat the strong Aussie Sevens in the semifinal with the catch-up game they've been doing in the final minutes? Oh, yeah, I think the hardest game is coming up against Australia, hands down. What's that?
What do you think that is?
Well, I think Australia plays a better version of rugby, of the same brand of rugby that Ireland plays. Like that kind of phase
Holding the ball.
phase rugby with really strong defense. And so, yeah, we need to stay out of the penalties for sure. Too many penalties in the last game, and get our kickoffs and get the ball. Yeah. No silly offloads. Like trust play their game against them. Like let the ball flow, but let's not get silly in the breakdowns. But I have no idea what I'm talking about. Honestly, I've never really even played sevens, just from what I can see. But 100% they have what it takes to beat Australia. Like I told you guys, like going into this, that this team has what it takes.
Yeah.
And that the direction was good. Is it amazing that they are in the position that they are in? Yeah, but it was possible, and now they're there. And so I think they're the best team at the tournament. And so I think we can win gold. But if we don't play properly, like if we play at 80 or 90% instead of 100, like we will lose to Australia, for sure. But we have what it takes. I think everybody believes now. It's just so funny. Like we knew that the Ndrua were coming into their off season, so they were going to pull a couple players, and you probably figure out what player they're going to pull. Like I think we all knew Stino was going to go.
Go there for sure.
And so, we knew Jerry was going to come back once Kalinisaw was in there, and I mean the boys are fit too. They look like, they look like they're fit. They're playing like the full 14 minutes, and like Stino. I guess he just got a deep gas tank because coming from 15 straight into sevens, but he played that full game against Ireland and like full game, like start to finish, and he was everywhere. So, and he has so much energy.
Yeah.
And speaking of energy, today's live is brought to you by Pacific Energy. And so, if you guys need fuel and you live in Fiji, any participating Pacific Energy, if you go spend $30 or more on fuel or any Pacific or Shell lubricants, you take that receipt and fill an entry voucher, put it into the box, and they're going to be giving away 3 Nissan Navara Pro 4Xs. The draw dates are September 14th, November 16th, and January 18th. The contest goes until January 5th, so that is the final deadline, but they're going to be giving away 3 of the vehicles. So if you guys need fuel or oil and stuff like that, go to Pacific Energy. Sweet. Let's get into it.
Normally says I can't find the replays of any of the Fiji Sevens rugby games online. Olympic Committee is very strict about posting videos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I found that too.
Yeah, you were looking for some last night, right, on the way home? And you couldn't find it?
I couldn't find it.
Yeah, I guess the Olympics doesn't really need the brand promotion, I guess. Like they don't.
Maybe when it's all done, then they put it up.
I guess. I mean, I also feel like the media team is probably not focused on these games because it's pre-opening ceremonies. Right. So I bet you their media is tied up in prepping for opening ceremonies and making sure they're
Maybe
like
that too.
camera 1, camera 40, camera 1500. You're all like they're all ready. Like, I just feel like you will see the media stuff start to catch up once the opening ceremonies are completed. I think. I don't know. It's just like it's crazy that they're going to almost. The only reason I think why they're delaying the games, like they're not playing the final tonight, is so that they can do the medal ceremony like after the opening ceremony. Otherwise, you'd have like medal ceremonies like before the thing even opened. So, I was expecting it to be tonight, so I guess we can watch. I found a new movie that we're gonna watch tonight.
Yeah,
I'm gonna rent it.
I already downloaded Lord of the Rings too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Perfect. This one is called. It's with the Hemsworth brothers. Hemsworth brothers. It's a action movie, war movie. Have you seen that? I am the bringer of death. And Russell Crowe, he's like a drone operator.
Is that old one?
No, new one.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the
Land of Bad.
Land of Bad.
Is it Land of Bad? Land of Bad.
Oh, okay.
Liam Hemsworth, Russell Crowe.
Original copy.
Yeah, I'm gonna download it on iTunes.
Okay.
Dude, it's a $2 rental on Apple Store, so that'll be like fully HD. Yeah, $1.99.
Put it on the projector.
Yeah, put it on the projector. Yeah, you know, watch a little action movie tonight. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be really good.
Yeah, maybe we could watch the.
I wish we could have a bit of lust here right now, but Corey's gone.
Yeah. We can watch the Lord of the Rings tomorrow. Part 2.
Yeah, tomorrow.
We introduced Lord of the Rings,
To Koroi.
Fellowship of the Rings, part 1 to the kids at the camp.
Yeah.
They were so glued to the screen.
They're
They're
into
like,
it.
yes, watch
They're
the best
into it.
movie of your life.
Yes. Heck yes.
Just this past month, I've been down this rabbit hole watching The Hobbits all over again, and I
Oh,
just
really?
watched this one again. And now
A
down on
wizard
the
is
towers.
never late.
Yeah. So
So good.
sick.
Okay, where should we start here? Okay, Fiji. Pseudoephedrine. Some of these things are very hard to say. Pseudoephedrine. Pseudopahedrine. The medical things are so stupid, actually. So stupid.
Okay, read it out.
Dude, every time we do a live, my thing is like, not works. Not works. And so does my mouth and my English. Not works as well. It's just loading.
Just be like that commentator trying to pronounce.
Oh, Nawanganitawase. Dude, he did full Mike Tyson on that. Yeah, full Mike Tyson. That's what it is. Yeah, that's
The commentators.
Mark Nawanganitawase. Nawanganitawase.
And then what was he doing? Trying to guess his name, trying not to say his name.
Yeah, they're just like, and he passed the ball to long bottom, and then, oh man, what? Man, he made such a nice offload there. And they're just like, he. I'm like, what? You guys are just really, I think it's a Canadian guy and an American chick, but they're terrible. But like today, luckily they had some of the HSBC commentators doing it, and it was actually like normal.
Yeah.
But whatever brand of commentating they're giving us last night, that needed to stop very fast. Rasuku! I'm like, dude. Just don't. Nawanganitawase. I wish that he would have just started doing all Fijian S's with a lisp, because that would have been just like, Celestino! Rabuta! Yosefomati! Right?
Yeah.
Kaminelli Asaku! Parasolo! Freaking funny. Okay, beware. Pseudoephedrine fuels Fiji's drug fight. Drug-free World Fiji founder Kalesi Volatambu stressed the need for authorities to better monitor the sale and distribution of pseudoephedrine in the country. During an interview on the Fiji Times online news portal, Ms. Volatambu said the cold medicine pseudoephedrine, a precursor to methamphetamine, was easily available to consumers even without a prescription. She also called the members of the public to be cautious about drug cocktails, as there was now a growing concern about polysubstance use in the country, which involves the use of 2 or more drugs at a time. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've taken 2 or more drugs at a time. I mean, like, I've taken like a Tylenol and ibuprofen.
Yeah.
I don't know if is that what they're talking about, though?
No.
We look at the HIV. This time last year we had 3 cases. We've got 10 now, so it's already triple that number. That's not all the HIV in this country, is it?
I think by the ones that they have on data.
Have what?
On data.
Oh.
Yeah. So, yeah, for sure. The ones
We don't
that
monitor pharmacists.
haven't been tested yet. That's out there.
Anyone can just open their own pharmacy, so there's no control. Wow. Ms. Volatambu said one of the major busts in the country involved a pharmaceutical company. We've had a few cases where all these precursors are coming through the pharmacies. Now, for crystal meth, the ingredient that balances those toxic chemicals is pseudoephedrine. We don't control that. In Australia, yes, we do. If you buy pseudoephedrine, which is a cold medicine, you need a prescription to actually get that. Here I can get 5 from one chemist, another 5 from another chemist, the next 5. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, that it's for sinus.
Have you had it before?
Yeah, I've had it. I've taken it, and I just went to the pharmacy and bought it. I used to have like heavy cold,
Okay.
so I was.
It clears your sinuses.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah.
Is it a spray or is it like
No, it's like a pill.
a pill?
Yeah, it's a red pill.
Huh.
Yeah, and it's crazy to think that it's the strongest match. You know.
Like it's the one that balances
Yeah, there's like what close to methamphetamine.
methamphetamine. It's one of the things that you put in it,
Yeah.
I guess.
So do they?
I mean, to my knowledge, like crystal meth or ice or whatever you want to call it, is made up of like a bunch of stuff. Like, I mean, it's got bleach in it. It's got, yeah, obviously,
Bleach, like a normal like bleach.
like over-the-counter drugs. Yeah, I mean, like it just has a mix of all sorts of different chemicals in it, like all sorts of messed up stuff in it. So, yeah, I honestly, like, I was in Suva. I didn't really see, like, the land of the zombies, but I also wasn't out at night. Did you notice it? Because you were out at night once. Did you
no.
see?
Not really.
It's still like the same, generally, you'd say, as like being out
Yeah, no.
at night.
No, we really didn't see anything.
Yeah.
Maybe in the I don't know what corner they're talking about, but
Yeah, I've heard Nandi is worse than Suva. I think also because more concentrated, but obviously it's a problem. We're just not seeing it obviously up in the north as bad as they're seeing it down there. And when I was in Suva just for a short little bit, I wasn't seeing it. But yeah, they keep talking about, the capital like this, and people are going to start moving back to the villages. I mean, like, because I know people already that are, or I was talking to people in Suva, they're like, oh yeah, we're leaving, or we're sending our kids back.
yeah,
Like, we're not raising our children here.
Yeah.
Like, all this stuff. Like, wow. Crazy.
I feel like I'd do the same too, because see how laid back everything is over here.
I know, it's just different, man.
Having fun, enjoying the river with the cousins.
Yeah, the boys are like swimming right now.
And when I was in Suva, just like looking at kids, they would just walk up to the streets, to the shop, and just standing over there having
Really?
a conversation. That's all they do.
Huh.
Some be selling smokes, cigarettes. And
What is that village on the top, on the back, from the embassies before Cunningham?
oh, Tamavua.
Is that Tamavua?
Tamavua. Yeah, Tamavua, up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, that's crazy. Like, that village, like, really in the city.
Oh yeah. Dude, not only that, Lami, you have Suvavo there.
Yeah, that's true.
Inside,
Yeah.
It's just right there.
Yeah, I know guys from Suvavo, too.
Yeah. You have no Suri village.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just from my auntie married one of uncles there in Nosuri, and it's just a walk from there to Nosuri town.
Wow.
2 minutes walk. From the
Crazy.
village to the town.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, convenient, I guess, but,
Yeah.
like, different than this. And,
Yeah.
like, this is so quiet, man. It's so quiet out here. So peaceful. Yeah.
A question from JT. Are you
Yeah.
interested in planting hemp if
Hemp?
it gets legalized?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Because I feel like it'd be one of those things that would grow really, really well. Like sugarcane would. But it would... the market would be, or the price that you would get for it would be so insane. Yeah, definitely. I feel like it would grow really, really well here. Whoa, what a bike. What a bike.
How about this high tension?
Oh, high tension. Oh, developer wants 100 families out. Okay, all right. A land developer is up in arms about what he said are conflicting signals from the Itoki Land Trust Board over a strip of native land in Tadirua outside Suva. The 16-acre site known as Waisasa, is currently occupied by about 100 families. Waisasa.
So it's up in Tadiro, somewhere in Tadiro.
Under occupied by 100 families under an informal arrangement with the landowning unit. It is now at the center of very heated tension between the developer, who has partnered with a member of the landowning unit to develop it into a housing project. So is there squatters' rights in Fiji? Because like in, just let me look this up so I can say it properly. I think in Canada, like if you go and stay on a piece of land and you live there for more than 5 years, you legally own the piece of land where you built. Okay.
So I think there's no squatters' rights.
Adverse possession allowed a person or a squatter who had occupied the registered owner's land for at least 10 years to potentially claim it for themselves. Okay.
There is?
Oh, so some people are saying 10 years, some people are saying 20 years. So just, yeah, maybe there's no squatters' rights in Fiji though.
Yeah, because from what I've known in the past years, there used to be a squatters somewhere in, where is this place? Langere, on the left. You know the back road? You know
No.
where Langere? Okay, Makoi. Then you come down to
Oh,
Mandela.
okay.
Then Langere, the bridge, the
Yeah,
market.
yeah.
On the left, where the bus stop is, and behind that bus stop, there used to be a huge squatter settlement over there.
Yeah.
And they got moved. Yeah, they got forcibly moved out of that place.
Oh, really?
And given a period of time to move.
Force that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Our previous government, they were going to do some developments over there. Which is where the new Langere market is, and on the other side, I think it's still empty by now. Or there's something they've done there. I feel like it's still empty. It's still empty field, but there was a huge squatter settlement.
Right.
It was there.
Well, the business partners with their legal team were expected to meet Waisasa residents yesterday evening for final public consultations. So, yeah, the thing is that like, there's a piece of land that has a price tag on it, and it can legally be sold. So, those people have to move. Unfortunately, like I mean, it's not your land. You have a house there, but that doesn't make it yours. I mean, it's like us, like where we lease, like if we build our house on the farm, like that's not my land. That house has no value. Like it's just a place where I can have my own peace of mind and call my own. Like, but when the lease is up, like then I can, I can option to renew it or whatever. But like, I don't own that. And so I think this is one of the struggles that like a lot of people face in Fiji is like one of our desires is like similar to Western culture is like we want a house. Like that's one of the things we want. Like everybody wants to have their own home. But the problem with a lot of rural Fijian lifestyle is that like in comparison with Western lifestyle, and this is where like the two don't always jive. Like this is one of the cases where like Western and Fijian culture doesn't jive is because in Western culture did have value and like where you put your house, was actually like somewhat official that you could, build something that if somebody else wanted to move in, they would have to buy it. But that's just not how the village lifestyle works. And so that's not, it's just that we want to invest, like one of our first things is like we want to build a house that has no value. It's just like you want to invest a bunch of money into something that won't give you any money in return. That's not investment. That's just like something to gratify your own heart's desires. And so it's not right or wrong. It's just like, it's not actually a wise money move. It's just like a lifestyle decision. And so for these people on this land, like they occupy, it's like it's not yours. So like I guess if it can be sold, then like you gotta leave, and if you don't have squatters' rights, then you gotta leave.
It's a sad thing, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, like the wise thing is that like you can't have been there in ignorance, like if you're my age or 40, 50 and live there for like 20, 30 years and be like, this is unfair. It's like, well, you've just probably been like giving money when they have like a function or something in the village. Like that's the same thing with like some of the places down in where's it, Visari? Waikona, and you go down.
Waikona Lombasa?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, down there Wasabulu.
Yeah, Wasabulu, yeah. That's like one of the setups that they have down there in Wasabulu is like all those people, like they don't pay anything for the land, but when there's like a function in the village, they all have to give like $20 each, like each house.
Oh, the one you mean Nailawa?
Nailawa, yeah.
Oh.
Nailawa, that's because I have family that live there.
Yeah.
And so like when there's a function, then one of the members of the Matangali will come, okay, $50 each house. I think it's 50, yeah. Or like, you have to bring mats, or you have to do this, and so it's yours, like, so same for people in Wasavulu, like in Lombasa, you should probably be like mindful of the fact that like the land's not yours, and that the landowner could kick you out, so you should be putting money away slowly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
just
agree. I agree.
Yeah.
They could have worked that term during the period of 10, 20 years to ready to.
Exactly. I mean, it's sad. Like, I mean, I'm not like for it. I'm just like, I don't know. I guess that's the legal way. I mean, you don't have any rights as a squatter. Like, you don't get to stay on the land and just occupy it indefinitely. So.
You want to do one more?
Yeah. Before we do one more, it's so funny. Stephanie is in Canada right now, and she is going to visit her grandma on her mom's side. So her mom and her sister and her sister-in-law are all driving there, and because Stephanie's there for a very short time, like in Canada, and she's there for work. Like it's not really like a visiting trip, which is hard to always explain to family because like, yeah, like.
It's for work.
Yeah, like, so like times where like people are like going camping or like, hey, just come like hang out for the weekend, like just stay Monday. It's like, like I can't, like I can be there on like Saturday and Sunday, but like I gotta go to work, you know. And she was even working last Sunday. Yeah, last Sunday as well. But so she got these flights and like Candace, she's in Kelowna, she flies to Calgary and then over to Winnipeg. But the middle flight, Calgary, she booked with like just cheap line air called Flair Air in Canada. And I think they don't actually like, I don't think they own the gates that their planes like park at, and so they can get pushed around. And so her gate, like she read it, she kept checking it because we've had this happen before. And then like 5 minutes before the flight was scheduled to depart, it changed, and she was in like gate D. And so like they go down to like, you know, D20, D30, like the gates, and and then the relocation gate was A, in gates A. So it's like a whole other part of the airport.
So she had to run.
And so she had to like run across the airport, and she missed the flight by 5 minutes.
Dude.
And so this like Flair Air won't do anything, and like they will never, yeah. And so she's like trying to figure out like where to stay, like another flight, but the flights are like, my flight actually leaves at like 1 in the morning. But she said she was cool, like, but she said she was cool, like what like was okay with her staying. But I'm like, even if you didn't want somebody to stay, you probably wouldn't. Some people won't say anything.
Yeah, I mean, you can't.
You'd just be like, all right, like it's fine, but
fine.
you'd be like awkward. You'd be hoping they're gonna leave. And so I told them like, no, you gotta go. Like, it's too weird. Like
She left?
So she's left. Yeah, she's finding another hotel. Yeah, whatever.
That's sad.
It is what it is. Yeah, buddy. When my head is paining because you guys are being a pain in my head. Don't be a pain in my head. Yeah, sometimes.
Interesting.
Oh, what is this? Oh,
Yeah, your friend.
oh, this is John Apted.
Yeah.
He's a lawyer, right?
Yeah, he is.
He's also like a socialite, right?
Yeah, he has a whole social life page.
Yeah. Okay, jokes or ribbing carried out in traditionally Toki circles may not necessarily be perceived favorable in professional settings. This week on The Lens at 177. What is this? The Lens at 177. Lawyer John Apted was asked whether people could use the traditional itoke tavu ties to justify such jokes, so it would not be seen as cyberbullying. Personally, I am not fully Fijian, so may not be qualified to, may not be qualified to comment. But as a kailoma, as a vasu, I don't think so. He said, "I have to deal with this because I do a lot of employment law, and I've had to deal with this issue in more than one employment situation with my clients, where somebody has said something nasty to another worker who has taken offense, and the first person says, 'Oh, that's my taubu,' and the other person doesn't like it, and end up quite ugly." The point is, yes, that's a culture. Yes, that has a place. It has a place in culture, social. Yes. Recepted said it was quite a different thing if this was done in the workplace, where people who did not understand the relationships heard such nasty things about the subject, which they would 100%. You are embarrassed in front of those people. You would not be embarrassed in front of people who understand the traditional context, and then you take it to social media. Those web pages and groups like Chat Fiji are global. If I banter with you, it's acceptable around a grog bowl, but it's not the same when thousands of people around the world are witnessing it and laughing at you. Yeah, so definitely not on social media, like in public like that. Like the tauhu joking is weird, I think. Like, I guess a comment or something like that might be a bit different, but like, it's also like how you perceive, like how do you put yourself out to the world? Like, people don't joke with me like that because I'm not that type of person that like people will joke with like that online. Because I'm usually pretty serious. I'm not really like a happy-go-lucky type of person, I guess. And so, like, I don't. You all of a sudden there's moments that you don't want to be like that, then that can get confusing. And this is the thing about the Fijian culture is that like I know of situations where people have said things out of taubu kind of relationship, and it has not been received well. Because it's like it's awkward, and like actually I would rather just do away with that whole thing. Like I think it's fun to joke around. But like it's also used as an excuse to just like say whatever you want to say and then just like blame it on it. And then I think what it just leads to is like the breakdown of like deep relationships because like nobody can be trusted to like if I like share something with you, like you're just gonna use it to make fun of me. But like you also have to just establish a person as like a person that like I don't joke like that. Like I'd rather and like but then you have to be clear with people like, hey, I don't joke like that. Like I want to actually have a deep relationship with you, and like I want to be able to talk about things that matter to me. But like I'm not going to talk about those things if you're going to take it to social media or like shame me publicly or like some way about it. Like I want to be a friend. I want to actually have a friendship on a deeper level. But like the thing is, like everybody has taubu relationships, and like what is that doing for people? Like, are you really enjoying like your shallow? Relationships where you actually know nothing about each other because you're both afraid to like actually, share anything with each other for fear that like somebody might make fun of you. Like my best friends to this day are the people that like know the deepest, darkest secrets about me. And like we never talk about it. We never, bring it up in public. We don't joke about it because it's just we knew that was shared in safety and yeah. I just don't. I think that a lot of people in Fiji miss out on deep relationships because like we value this weird like cultural thing over depth of relationship. And I think that's like I don't really understand it, to be honest with you. I'm not here for it because like that's just not the way I was raised. But like maybe it works well. But I actually enjoy having like friends to like be able to like cry on their shoulder or for them to cry on my shoulder. Like actually, that is what is meaningful to me. But like, I don't really have interest in relationships that have no.
Normally says the next day that I saw that we were tagged in his post. So,
Yeah,
oh,
I love race. Race. It's like I mean, so if my mom was Fijian, then I'm not. Mom was Fijian, then I'm not Fijian. Like
could help.
yeah, like
In
the thing is like, John has the right to say and like, I may not be qualified to comment. I think John has every right to comment on this. Like he has no rights in certain cultural settings or like medians or your role more. You can add last few days. So